Hello, my name is Chum with William, and today with me I have Isaac
Yeah.
and Jaren.
Hi, I'm here.
You're watching the Baked Beans podcast, the only Baked Beans
Yeah.
podcast.
Yo,
There,
William.
the only
So what
one.
you're saying? Let's get off off the bat. Wait, remember he complained about Elon Musk and microchips in people's brains? I
Yeah,
saw a video that says Elon Musk's plan to merge humans with AI. Like, who
yeah.
wants to give up our humanity?
Yeah,
Hell,
I don't like Elon Musk because, I mean, he
well,
seems
I
like a
like his
smart guy.
spaceships.
I,
I
I
like his spaceships.
yeah, he seems like and I like Tesla too. But he seems like a smart guy. He seems like a really smart guy. He builds stuff. I mean, he obviously is a really smart guy. Otherwise,
How
he
is he
wouldn't
smart? He
be.
doesn't come up with the ideas.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He has like a team. He probably has like a team of engineers and like scientists coming up, and he just approves it.
Well, my main problem with Elon Musk is he's more focused on efficiency and this like AI and he's more focused on making life easier than actually think about what we might lose along the way. Think about our humanity. He doesn't see the value in humanity. He doesn't see the value in things like that. And everyone the
So,
pro every
he's a robot.
yeah, he is a robot. He
I mean, but
also
at least he's efficient. Because think about this motherfucker wants to send us. He wants to set up a colony on Mars by 2024. That's like in 4 years. Like that's crazy.
yeah,
Unlike NASA's slow ass, who like takes them 10 years just to launch a satellite.
I don't I,
Pathetic.
I don't want to live. I'm not trying to live on Mars. I'll die on
You don't
Earth.
have to, but it's cool
I guess,
if
yeah.
people are.
I want to visit it.
I think that I would rather I think I'd rather stay and die with the Earth than go to Mars because Mars is just basically a giant ass ball of rust. You ever
I mean, but wouldn't you want to visit it though?
I mean, it'd be cool to visit, yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to leave
Well,
the Earth.
if you don't want to leave the Earth, like if you don't want to move out of Earth, there's this other motherfucker called Bigelow. He's like launching. He wants to make these inflatable, like hotels in space that you can go to. Like that sounds pretty cool, too.
Mm,
I
yeah.
mean, it feels relatable though. You know all the like the space debris and shit.
Yeah, I'd be
That
worried.
I don't want to
that would
leave Earth because that
be
sounds
decent.
like the biggest, case of like the homesickness, like you miss home ever because you're literally, a thousand miles away from Earth, more than that. Although,
Well,
Yeah.
but the one thing that I would be really interested in, is experiencing zero gravity. That's what I want to do.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool
Yeah,
too.
that'd be
That's
fun.
that's the one aspect of space is
What
the
if, like in the future, like just how there's like a trampoline park? So what if they have the thing where it's like a zero gravity park? You can just go there and jump around and stuff.
that'd be awesome.
And like
Yeah,
I heard that Tom Cruise wants to shoot a movie in space
I
pretty
heard
soon.
about that. Isn't that the movie about
dude. That I,
SpaceX, about the Space Force?
I don't know. No, he
Oh,
wants to shoot one like I think it's like an astronaut movie or action movie. But they're gonna fly him up to the International Space Station and have them shoot a few scenes in space.
that seems
that's
like such a
actually
waste of money. You know?
I mean, but let's be honest. Do we ever see that money?
Yeah, yeah. But it just
It's like might as well.
yeah. I mean, it'll be pretty cool, like, because they've never done that before. All of the movies you watch and stuff, when they go into outer space, obviously they're not really in space. You know.
yeah.
Honestly, though, I hate Tom Cruise. I don't hate him in his
So
movies, but I hate him as a person.
Why? He's just like a weird
He's a
motherfucker.
Scientologist, which is he's just an idiot, dude. You ever watch his interviews when he talks about Scientology? Well,
Yeah, I think
first
so.
of all, you know what Scientology is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a fucking idiot. I don't know who could fall for Scientology. That seems like the biggest scam in the world.
ain't there one of the churches there? Like, isn't one of their churches here?
I don't think so. I think that's the Christian Church of Science or whatever. That's not
Yeah.
Scientology.
Shit's weird either way.
All that Scientology bullcrap is based off like it's based off uh just some like science fiction novels. That'd be like if someone made a religion based off, you know, Star Trek or something.
Well, and speaking of Star Trek, Space Force is a real thing too. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been a real thing for a while, but they have their unveiled their flag and it's like a new branch now. But like I heard that the only person in it right now is they only have one person and he's a general. It's like kind of, like they have no one in it. But they
Uh,
put out a recruitment trailer where it's like join Space Force. Maybe your purpose on Earth isn't to be on Earth, and then it shows like a rocket in space. I mean, it's kind of cool.
it's neat. It's definitely a sign. I mean, I don't really care for these like I don't like how all these like science fiction concepts are sort of coming to fruition in real life. You know, it's kind of disturbing.
Maybe
But
it's supposed to.
well, yeah, I
I mean, it's
guess.
kind of cool. It's kind of cool. That Elon Musk like makes his ships look like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to, but they do.
Yeah. Uh, no. You know, I think that there are two reasons. Everyone acts like the Space Force is so unnecessary, and I mean it kind of is, but there are two reasons I
Even
can see it
right
happening.
now,
Either Trump has seen aliens, and I could see like maybe people were so hyped up on Area 51, maybe they really do have aliens, and maybe Trump's scared that they're coming to get their little brother back out of Area 51. And then the other thing is that he's scared that people are going to start taking, the wars up into outer space. And I mean, if they're
I
taking
mean,
the wars up into outer space, I mean, better there than down here. But
no, but there's more
yeah,
important reasons why they need to have fuel in space because we have satellites, and if there's a thing we watched, a long time ago, like by CNN, and it said like if they China or Russia, they can like blow up our satellites and we're fucked basically. We have no source of communication, no internet, no cable, no cell phones. Like we'd be screwed, and they could just like bomb us. So it is kind of necessary.
yeah,
And all these skeptics are like, oh, ridiculous, ridiculous. This is a land of peace. It's
yeah,
like, well, if we don't do anything, they're going to just blow it up or anyway. Like, I don't understand how people want the world to be so dull.
yeah. People are talking about there being a new Cold War with China over the coronavirus.
Literally a Cold War.
Uh, yeah. I'm not. I
So
just
people
got
get
the
the cold.
joke. Yeah, I just got the joke. That's hilarious. But yeah. I don't. They're pushing for peace, and I don't want to be in a cold war with them. If they're gonna push for peace and they're not gonna do anything, I don't see why we should. I mean, it. They did. Kind of. I mean, it's an understatement to say that it was just a little mistake. It was a big fucking deal. Obviously, we were all in our houses because of it, but you know.
I mean, but they're like killing scientists
I
and
think
stuff.
I think a lot more people are gonna die. I think it's gonna be a lot worse if we go to war into China, rather than just get over it, because that all right that the coronavirus came out of China. Who's to say they don't have more of that shit that they're planning on using as a weapon or something. You know.
wasn't shit like that like against like, isn't that like a war crime or something? Like it's like against like the law of the war stuff to like have like
They don't care.
Yeah, all
what?
all's fair in love and war, baby.
Well, I mean, like after like World War One, though, you know how there's
The
like all the
the
biological weapon shit, but they like put like they made like a rule or something.
the Geneva Convention.
I don't fucking remember, but
Oh,
like after they used like mustard gas and shit, and like that shit was
Yeah,
like
I think that's it. I think that's the or
yeah,
Treaty of Versailles. That's what John was talking about.
yeah. I don't know. It could. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if they got more of that shit, I don't want to mess with them, you know?
I mean, here's the thing. Think about China already controls America because if we were to piss them off, they could just stop sending us like car parts and
Yeah.
toys and bullets and crap and metal. So then we'd be screwed. It's like, I mean, Donald Trump isn't good, but uh, it's like he never fulfilled his promises either. But I can see why people vote for him too because it's like he was promising that America would finally start making our own like shit and we wouldn't have to rely on anyone else. But he lied. So.
Yeah, I think Trump's done a pretty decent job so far, but that's a big claim that I don't even think he could back up.
I feel like he just kind of like does random crap, and some of it's okay, and some of it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's like it's like one moment he's doing a space force, and he's like he calls like his space missile the super duper missile.
Did he
That's
really
what he literally
call it the
calls it.
super
Yeah.
the super
Here we have
super duper?
The
I can't do
super
a Trump.
duper missile.
I can't do a Trump impression.
Here we have behind me the super duper missile of the United States Space Force.
Au
Bye bye.
revoir. Au revoir. See you later,
Bye-bye.
China. See you later, Russia. Bye bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
China, you're black.
Get the fuck out of my face.
You're banned.
Black.
You just got canceled.
Oh,
How
did
come
you?
Donald Trump's like if Keemstar became president? William, look up Trump unveils U.S. Space Force flag, and you'll see the part where he's like, "We had developed a new missile called the Super Duper Missile." It's like so stupid.
The super duper missile. Wow. That's ridiculous.
So stupid.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Like some shit. Like a kid would draw and be like, "Hey, mommy, you want to see my super duper missile?"
Why don't they just call it like the really uber cool missile?
Sounds too German.
What?
Yeah.
The Uber? They just call it like really cool missile.
The super uber missile.
You never heard anyone say Uber? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it like.
Sounds
I
like
wouldn't. I only say it like ironically. I wouldn't say it unironically. You know, I wouldn't say it seriously. It's stupid.
Well, you know why they call it super duper missile? Because Elon Musk already took the name for his baby.
He stole their idea.
That's the dumbest name That's the dumbest thing that you could possibly name a child. I don't know why he decided to name his child that, just to be different. You know?
I mean, he's kind of weird because like he said on Twitter like, "I'm getting rid of most of my belongings. I'm sick of being materialistic.
What?
Just I own Gene Wilder's house. Don't demolish it, please." It's like, I'm sick with all these rich people saying they're sick of being materialistic. Because if I was Elon Musk and I had like $20 billion, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be getting rid of any of it.
Well, hold on. Let me say this. There's nothing wrong with, because when it really comes down to it, your body, your mind, and your spirit is all you really have permanently, Stuff fades, shit goes. Not even your body, because you die eventually, but, when it comes down to it, that's all you really have. So I definitely understand why someone would want to do something like get rid of all their possessions. And why'd Jaren leave? Jaren just left the Skype call. Everybody.
I think he something happened for him.
What? 2-man podcast. Oh wait,
Hello?
there he is. There he is.
Sorry, accidentally. Well, I mean, it's just like PewDiePie is like, "I suddenly want to get rid of my belongings," and then Elon Musk is like, "What's with all these people trying to seem all deep, like getting rid of all their material belongings?"
Yeah.
I mean, they can do what they want. It doesn't bother me really, because it doesn't even affect me.
I think I get it. I just wouldn't do it. I see where they're coming from, but I like my stuff too much. Call me shallow. You know.
I mean, it feels good being honest. It's like just being honest. It's like I am kind of materialistic.
Yeah. Because what would I do all day?
Although I'm not. I
Just
mean, like if you had a garden, if you like lived like fucking Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, like the new one where he's on that fucking island. Like if you had a garden or some shit and like had to fight for survival every single day, like hunting animals and stuff, then I guess cavemen like did have stuff to do,
yeah. I guess
because
you're
they're
right.
too busy trying to survive.
I don't really have. I mean, none of us do. None of us really have. We don't have to deal with fucking, wild animals coming at us. We don't have to hunt or gather anything.
I mean, this is the best time to be alive, and like probably like all of human history, no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came up with a good idea.
What?
An idea on how to save like thousands of dollars.
What's that?
So for your first car, you just buy just pick just an affordable, reliable car, right?
Have you been taking that
You see,
personal? Have you been taking personal finance?
no,
Oh, okay.
Are you forced? Do you
that
have to
class.
take that class?
Well, here, let Isaac finish what he's saying real quick. Let him finish his.
Yeah, sorry.
No, do you have to take that? Is that like a required class though?
Yes, it is a required class. You do have to take it at some point.
Not on my schedule.
Well, I mean, like by your senior year, I think you have to take it at
Like,
least
like,
once.
like how you graduate here and you have to take it. Oh, that's stupid. That's why they were trying to force me to do a foreign language because you have to do one of those too to graduate.
I took it in my.
No, you don't.
No, you don't have to take a foreign language. I'm pretty sure. You don't have to take a foreign
No,
language, Isaac.
the counselor told me. The counselor told me when I was picking my classes for next year. They're like, "Do you want to do a foreign language?" I'm like, "Well, why?" And then they said that it's one of the requirements, just like personal finance is one of the requirements.
Well, if I got to, I went through 3 years in middle school. I went through German, German class, and that sucked because I did it for 3 years and I've literally retained like zero of it. Because German sucks. You got to make all these. You gotta get real throaty. You gotta make these awful sounds. You gotta, it just sucks. So, and I went through 3 years of it. And on the first day of high school, I went to class, and I was in German class, and I came through the door, and the German teacher was like, "Guten Tag," and I was just hi. And I sat down, and I sat there for the entire hour, and then as soon as I got out of there, I went to my counselor and got out of that class because I didn't want to do any more German. But the thing is, so we have two separate counselors, the one that you talk to about teachers you don't like and the one you talk to about classes you don't like. And I went to the one about teachers on accident because it was my first day and I didn't know. And they were like, "What's wrong with the German teacher? There's nothing wrong. I mean, she seems like pretty nice." And I was like, "I just don't like that class. I don't want to go back to that class. I went through 3 years of it. Sick of that class. I don't like German class." So I went to them, and they probably thought there was something wrong with the German teacher, and she had literally done nothing to me except for
You
say
get
hi.
her fired.
Yeah.
She's coming out of the room.
Why? Why? Oh, that'd be awful.
She has a cardboard box full of her stuff. She's like, "Help me!"
She's like crying, and she gets in her car and drives away. And as she drives away, the muffler falls off. Like this old beat up car. She's driving back to her cottage. I have to go back to Germany because I have no money because I lost my teaching job.
Well, Isaac, but it doesn't say a foreign language on your schedule. So, but if
They made me do one. They're like, "Oh, you must take one."
they didn't tell me that. You know what we could do? How about you just do it like next year? Like let's both sign up for it. Why don't you just do it next year?
I'm just gonna take Spanish because that's the easiest shit and the most useful one in America.
Yeah.
I'd probably take Spanish too.
So what the fuck am I gonna use French or German for?
I'm not going
If
to
you go
fucking.
there,
You know, here
you would speak
Well,
to
there's
Israel.
there's
here
Spanish
there's like
there's Spanish speaking
yeah,
people in America, like lots of Spanish speaking people in America, and you know, not too many
Shouldn't be.
German and French people. So it's not really. It doesn't really.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's
plus,
like
if you go to not saying I'll learn a bunch of Spanish. And by the way, Isaac, you don't have to take a foreign language to pass high school. It's just if you don't, when you're in college, they make you take one. So that's all that happens. But it's like if you go to a Mexican store or something and you speak Spanish, and they appreciate it more. You don't look like an idiot.
plus like you'll be able to read the stuff too, like more of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes. I think it'd be a lot. And also, Spanish is just like easier in general. I think
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
very easy language actually.
it's not really easy, but subjectively, but just like it
easier.
has a lot of the same, you know, sounds that we make in the English language. Like the English language and the Spanish language share a lot of similarities.
Which is kind of strange because they're not related at all.
Yeah. Well, isn't Spain like near Europe or something? I don't know. Isn't
Why wouldn't Spain be in Europe?
Like
Of course, Spain's in Europe.
is Germany
Where do you think Spain was? Like in South America?
no?
In Asia?
I knew it was near Europe.
Near Europe?
Cut me some fucking slack, dude. I
On an
don't know.
island?
I'm no geography buff. I don't fucking know this shit.
what's
But you,
all
I
what's
know.
all
I'll fucking
Well, look at a map.
shut your fucking mouth.
You don't have
God,
to be a geography
it's
buff to know that Spain's in Europe. I mean, when people think of Europe, you think of like France and Germany and Spain and England.
Yeah.
It's the Germany thing all over again.
yeah, fucking is Germany or a pet ass.
Now, if you ever ask, is France in Europe, then like that's the most Europe place of everywhere in Europe. So,
Yeah.
but they make me take a foreign language in college. I'd take like now Russian's too hard. Like it's cool and all, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Man, plus
Spanish.
Russia on my own time too.
The hardest language to learn is probably something from like the Middle East. You know, where they
Like
make
Arabic, like
yeah,
it's like ah, come on,
where they make like completely different sounds with their mouths that aren't even
Chinese.
in the English language. Yeah, Chinese. Well, yeah, probably Chinese, probably like Mandarin and Arabic.
Some
And
like African languages.
yeah. Well, actually, African languages share a lot of similarities to French languages.
No. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah,
That's only like that's not all of the places.
that's the official language.
I had a friend.
But I'm talking about like tribal languages.
I had a friend from Africa who spoke a language called Afrikaans,
Yeah, that's
what's his name?
and I've never like what?
What was his name?
Oh, it was Yasir.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Yasir. On the very
Afrikaans
low
is-
chance that you're watching this video, shout out to you.
William, Afrikaans is South African.
Is it?
Just- Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He spoke.
But-
He spoke a lot of languages. I think one of
I mean, well, because like if
French
you know
like
most
me
people
too.
from Africa who you talk to, Congo, you can't just say Africa because there's all sorts of people. But it's like you talk most people from like the Congo, especially like they know like 3 different languages. They know French, English, and like tribal language, like Zulu or something.
I know.
There's like one called Nengali.
He might have spoke Bengali.
There's tons.
He spoke a lot of languages. I can't remember them all, but he mainly spoke English and French. That was like whenever he talked to his friends, he spoke French because most of the people in Africa and the Congo and all those places in Africa speak French because I think the French colonized them a while
Yeah, I
back.
think that's right.
Took them for slaves and stuff. Is it just me? Well, it's not just me. Africa seems like it's the place that like people just shit on it all the time. You know?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look like some like crazy SJW, but it's like big companies just go there. It's like they're able to just like come there and like dump all their trash there.
Yeah, I know. People
It's like
like
why don't these countries stand up for themselves?
throughout history, people have just been like the biggest dicks to Africa. You know?
Well, it's because they're weak, though. Like, I don't want to call them like weak, like they can't do anything. But
Well, they're
like,
strong and powerful and stuff, but they don't unite.
They
together.
aren't a
yeah,
fully developed country, I don't think. Well, I mean in some parts they are obviously, but like there are
well,
some
most of Africa's well developed. I mean, not as developed as like Europe or like here, but like
There's
well,
they're
still a lot of
developed.
crime.
yeah. You get what I'm
But I
saying though.
mean,
There are definitely parts that are, third world.
and not all of Africa is the same because it's like you go to North Africa apparently. That's like where Morocco is and stuff, and it's like
Yeah,
in
Egypt.
Egypt. So like they're a little bit. It's a whole different group of people there and everything, and different culture and everything. Like that's like the desert. But then you go below that, then that's where the slaves. Because
Like,
the first people to take African slaves were actually people from the Middle East,
Really?
apparently. Yeah.
It's weird.
What they do is they'd take slaves from Africa and then sell them to Europeans or just keep them for themselves.
Yeah.
want to buy.
Something about you know there's like this place in the Amazon. There's like this very like secluded community of all these people that speak this like this language that only probably like a couple thousand people know, that has whistling. It's like a whistling language.
Oh yeah, those motherfuckers.
Yeah, that shit's cool. That is probably the hardest language to learn. The
Well,
one where
first you gotta know how to whistle.
Yeah. Can you guys whistle?
No.
I can't whistle. I
Uh,
never could.
I mean,
I'll
sort
scare
of,
everybody.
but it's scary because I have a chipped tooth.
Do you have
So
a
it's
chip
like,
too?
well, it's not like chipped. It just has a chipped part.
But we don't
Yeah,
want to talk
like-
about Africa too much. So it'll look like a white supremacist podcast.
Why?
It's like the Africans are like someone could like edit that like Africans are weak. Like they could edit it in to make it sound bad. Like what we
Well,
just said.
I don't-
No one cares.
I don't
that
think
much.
anyone gives that much of a shit about us to try and do something and sabotage us like that.
It make us sound bad.
Yeah. And even if they did, go watch the original video, you would see, that they.
The context.
Jaren,
Yeah.
how come Russia seems scary? Like Russia seems like one of the scariest places that you'd ever want to go.
Cause it's cold, and American culture, because of the Cold War, depicts everyone there being evil. Like all the people in like the action movies, all the main villains in like the action movies, they're always Russian.
Yeah, like I see this guy called Bald and Bankrupt. Look him up. He's pretty cool. He's like this British guy who goes there.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
dude.
he goes there. I mean, yeah, he's in like a Russian and stuff, and the people he meets some old people and like they're friendly and stuff. Not all of them are friendly, but a lot of them
Babushka.
are friendly. Yeah,
He
but a
meets
bunch of
the
babushkas.
friendly babushkas.
Like drinks tea with them
I
and
think,
like,
I think I'd rather go to Ukraine though, because Ukraine is like the friendly
It's like-
place.
it's like American Russia.
Yeah, but then Russia is just like the scary motherfuckers wearing the track suits and fucking the hats, and then they fucking slit your throat or something.
I mean, I'd be more afraid to be like in a place in Africa than just in like a crappy hotel in Russia. And this is not criticism of Russia, because like, but here's another criticism of Russia. It's like they literally like the best hotel in the whole country is like a shitty ass motel. Like they have like these big tall hotels. They're just like shitty ass. Like it's just like a old ass bed, some shitty carpet. It's like 2 feet big and a TV. Like their hotels suck. Just saying.
Yeah, plus I hate how all the buildings are the same. Like there's no like variation between them.
Are you
or, like,
kidding me, man?
difference.
Have you seen some of the buildings in Russia with like the colorful roofs that look like pieces of candy?
I mean, that's like an old ass building though. We're talking about like the new like apartment buildings, like those
Yeah.
concrete buildings. like Stalin
Yeah,
did.
It seems like Russia seems like a very
man,
gloomy place, except for like those giant courthouse and cathedral buildings with the big swirly you know parts of the
I mean,
yeah,
ceiling.
it seems miserable to live there. I'm so glad I don't live there.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like
if you,
they seem like isolated and weird and
it's
like they
probably
seem weird.
it's probably not that bad. I mean, it's cold.
even the YouTube dude, Jaren, like the dude who like train hops and shit. He's like, he says he never wants to go to Russia. Like that's the last thing he wants to do is get on a train that goes to Russia.
Where was that dude? I saw that video. Where was he? I thought he was in
He
Russia.
no, he's like in like I think he's Lithuanian. So he
Uh,
like does shit there, and he like goes to Ukraine and shit.
have you seen his like shitty music videos?
No,
He's
I
got
only
like
watched.
What?
he's got like really shitty, awful music videos up on his channel.
Really?
Yeah,
I have to look this up.
it's like
What is
shit
this channel
shitty.
called?
I don't remember.
Like
Like Young and Adventurous or some shit like that.
That sounds like a
shit
porn
that
site. Young and
looked like it was
adventurous.
spelled with like an S, like
Oh yeah,
like like something like shat or something, like something like that. Like it's spelled sort of like that. Let me find that. Oh,
I'll put the link to his channel in the video in case anyone watching wants to check that out.
So I think we had a pretty good podcast. And I have a feeling because we've been going for a pretty long time, so
Yeah,
probably the editing software
it's
game.
about time to cut it off.
But I imagine the thumbnail
yeah.
should be like a picture of the continent of Africa and like
Hey, can I make the
Elon
thumbnail?
Musk.
Can I please make the thumbnail this time, Isaac?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
but
don't let the bum
just as like a
Smurfs.
just as like
I
a
won't.
baseline, I think the thumbnail should include Africa and Elon Musk, just as two like things it has to include. SpaceX.
All right.
And you should put the
Donald Trump,
well-
super duper.
scary ass Russian buildings.
Well, thank you
And what if we-
everyone. Or sorry.
Sorry, no, I wasn't saying anything.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you liked it, then leave a like, subscribe, hit the notifications, and we will see you later.